This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
I'm Nicole Griffin tonight on the West Side, where there are questions about what more can be done to address school safety. It comes after 5 guns were found at local schools already this year.
And I still lecture, as I did with cigarettes, to stay away from them, don't smoke. But for 21 and 19, what can you do?
As vaping becomes more popular, a city is now banning e-cigarettes inside all of their businesses. What's behind this move?
And Hoosier and NBA legend Larry Bird is not too happy about this mural on an Indianapolis building. Why it won't look like this much longer.
We begin now at 6 with an eye-opening number. Kids have only been in class for a few weeks, and just this month alone, there have been 5 different incidents of guns found in students' backpacks.
It's bringing up a critical question about what more can be done to stop students from bringing guns on campus. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is taking that question to state lawmakers.
Every day here at Ben Davis High School, there are 4 school resource officers on campus. And during arrival and dismissal, there are 2 extra officers. A school spokeswoman says the officer's presence is key in handling incidents like Tuesdays.
It all comes down to how are the kids getting the guns? Why are they bringing them into the schools?
Jordan Witt is a Wayne Township father. He lives directly across from Ben Davis High School, where he sees the safety measures on campus.
You can't even get into the school parking lot without checking in with a security officer, and I think that's a good step. I don't think that we need to have these drastic metal detectors in schools where kids feel like they're on lockdown. I don't think that's conducive to learning. I think that, again, the responsibility starts before the kids come off to school in the morning.
I think the new sort of direction that we're starting to also move on is recognizing sort of the mental health and the social and behavioral support that these students need so that they stop and they don't even think to bring a gun in the first place, right?
Every school district in Indiana is required to have a school safety specialist. As we see a rise in school shootings, the spokesman for the Indiana Department of Education says how to act in an active shooter situation is at the forefront of that training. State lawmakers are also weighing in on the issue.
Unless we want to turn our schools into prisons where every backpack, every purse is checked, we're not going to do that. I had legislation last year that provided a standardized training program for all teachers and education staff to go get firearms training and carry a firearm on school property.
State Senator J.D. Ford says as a member of the Democratic caucus, he has put forward reform measures, but says they don't often get a hearing in our state.
One of the measures that I think can happen, could have happened last legislature, was safe storage for weapons. And that's an issue that even responsible gun owners want to ensure. Another way we can curb it is a waiting period for people that are purchasing weapons. This past legislature, we actually did strengthen our red flag laws.
The Department of Education says state legislators have passed a bill that increased safety funding by $5 million each year for the next 2 years. A major focus will be aimed on recognizing the mental health support students need. Working for you on the West Side, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Thanks, Nicole. And in May, Wayne Township Schools approved a referendum that would address school safety. Now, the district says money will be used to help first responders be more aware of building layouts and safety plans. It will also include upgrades to school security systems.
New tonight, an Indiana city is joining others across the country in cracking down on vaping. New statistics show an increase in illnesses related to e-cigarettes. The state health department says at least 13 Hoosiers have developed a lung illness believed to be related to vaping. RTV6's Stephanie Wade shows us how the city of Columbus is taking action.
City Council voted last night to ban vaping inside all businesses, including bars and clubs. Cigarette smoking is already prohibited in these places, but now that will soon include e-cigarettes and vape pens. It's no secret.
This is a $1 trillion industry. I mean, this is like you have a brand called Juul that's literally a $1 trillion company.
Vaping or smoking e-cigarettes is popular. Why is it so popular?
I think it's discreet. I think it's a really easy way to hide it from your parents.
And especially amongst teenagers, though you legally have to be 18 years old.
My kids vape. I don't agree with it.
They are so about the buzz of it more than the actual, benefit of quitting smoking, and I see these kids come in and they're asking for the highest possible milligram level, and there's no way that they even were smoking cigarettes before.
I asked them, what is the point? They don't even know. I think it's cool.
With this in mind and the fact that the CDC announced at least 13 Hoosiers have developed a lung illness believed to be related to vaping, we are seeing cities like Columbus take action.
The studies and all the research has come back down on how unhealthy it is. We felt like it was prudent for us to step out and say we believe it could be, and because of that we want to protect our citizens and offer them a healthy environment.
Now, no one will be able to smoke inside any business in Columbus. But as the law is currently written, that would also include vape shops, which would impact their business as customers like to test out products.
We didn't want to react too quickly and try to put something in that we didn't feel like was going to be good for the city and the citizens, as well as the owners of those particular establishments. So we want to work that out through our ordinance review committee, and we think we can get that accomplished and put good language in that allow them to have that exemption as long as we can make sure it's right for our citizens.
Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Well, the city council has 60 days to figure out whether they want to exempt smoking in vape shops before the law takes effect on October 19th. If caught in violation, you would have to pay a $50 fine.
Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast, and we are on alert once again tonight for the possibility of thunderstorms. But what comes after that will be a big improvement. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is tracking what's ahead. Kevin.
And remember, yesterday at this point, the storms had moved out of central Indiana. Tonight, they've yet to move in. We'll have more on that in a second. 79 in Marion, lower 80s in Kokomo. The humidity is still noticeable everywhere in central Indiana. 86 in Seymour, they're the warm spot. 2 degrees cooler up in Columbus. Show you the radar. We're dry now, likely to stay that way for the next couple of hours. But as we go through the night into the morning hours tomorrow, our rain chances will increase. Thunderstorms right now down along the Ohio River, but moving away from central Indiana. Between now and 11 o'clock tonight, chance for thunderstorms increases. Temperature will be in the 70s. You can see how thunderstorm chances go up and will spike overnight into the morning hours tomorrow. I'll show you where a few of these may be strong and the temperature impact that's on the other side of this next round of thunderstorms coming up.
We'll see you soon, Kevin. Thank you for that. The Archdiocese of Indianapolis is asking an Indiana court to dismiss a lawsuit filed by a former teacher who was terminated for being in a same-sex marriage. In its court filing, the Archdiocese claims the lawsuit filed by former Cathedral High School teacher Joshua Payne Elliott violates the First Amendment protection of separation of church and state. The Archdiocese claims Payne Elliott's lawsuit attempting to challenge the church's ruling in governing Catholic schools is barred because it asks a secular court to interfere in the internal governing of the Catholic Church. In his lawsuit, Payne Elliott claims the Archdiocese illegally interfered with his contract with the Cathedral, causing the school to terminate him. The Archdiocese says it did not fire him, but instead asked Cathedral if it planned to uphold contract language that disapproves of same-sex marriage.
Now to Democracy 2019 and the race for Indianapolis mayor. Today, Republican candidate Jim Merritt suggested the city have some toll roads. Merritt, currently an Indiana state senator, floated the idea of an express toll lane on Binford Boulevard and other major streets people use to get to Marion County. Indianapolis officials have had trouble coming up with the money to fix the city's potholes and infrastructure. Mayor Joe Hogsett's campaign Twitter account quickly jumped on Merritt for the idea. Merritt responded by saying it would be optional for drivers.
And with less than 80 days until the election for Indianapolis mayor, both the Republicans and Democrats are trying to get the word out about their candidate. Volunteers are worker bees of the local campaign, making calls and knocking on doors. We recently stopped by the campaign offices for both mayoral candidates, Mayor Joe Hogsett and current state senator Jim Merritt. At both locations, the volunteers were making calls to people in the county and trying to drum up support for their side. People from all walks of life help on the campaigns.
You'll learn a lot about your city and a lot about the big, issues that our city is facing, and being a part of the actual solution to, to make Indianapolis just on that sort of journey to a world-class city.
If you have all these thoughts and opinions, but you don't actually do anything about them, at the end of the day, you're not really doing much. And there's so much at stake in local government and state government that if we don't voice our opinions, nothing will change.
Election day for all 25 Indianapolis City County councilors and mayor of Indianapolis will be November 5th. There are municipal elections all over the state that day.
And an image of a very tattooed NBA legend Larry Bird on the side of a building in Fountain Square is not going to stay that way. Artist Jules Muck painted the image of Bird on the side of a building in the 1300 block of Prospect Street. It depicts him in his powder blue Indiana State uniform based on a Sports Illustrated photo shoot back in 1977. However, Muck added numerous tattoos which Bird does not have and objects to. Bird's attorney Gary Sally told RTV6 today that Bird and Muck have reached an agreement to modify the mural and have all the tattoos removed except the one on his arm that says Indiana by tomorrow at the latest. Sally said Bird accepts and understands her right to creative freedom, and she understood his desire to maintain the respectful brand he has created.
Nothing like compromise there.
There you go.
Now, still ahead on the news at 6 here, a Central Indiana community is named best in the country to raise a child. Do you call this place home?
Plus, giving pet lovers a leg up on a career with animals. The school district giving kids a head start on their future employment.
And then banking on the sun, the school district that's counting on the sun to pay off in big energy savings.
And cooler temperatures are ahead in the forecast, but so are more thunderstorms. We'll talk about the timeline and intensity coming up.
Call Culligan Water and start saving today.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
It is another top honor for the city of Carmel. The Hamilton County community was named best place to raise a child in America by Safewise.com. Safewise took into account numbers and statistics from the FBI and other sources that tell how communities rank in terms of safety, graduation rates, sex offender stats, and violent and property crimes. Carmel scored the highest of any other American city. Newton, Massachusetts came in second. Johns Creek, Georgia, third, and our own Fishers placed fourth.
Well, RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers connects you with jobs, skills, and resources. This month, we're focusing on programs making sure kids are prepared for jobs in high demand. RTV6's Rafael Sanchez found one place where students unleash their love of pets as they prepare to go to college or right to work.
Here, do you want to do the clipping and I can do the whole thing?
Put your arm around his neck. There you go. All right.
Josh Nixon and Chandler Robinson are college-bound, and they believe this experience will allow them to excel against their future classmates.
I feel like now, when I go out, I can really compete and be able to hold my own against those other kids.
This is the Advanced Life Sciences in Animals and Veterinary Assisting Program in the Washington Township School District in Indianapolis.
He likes to be held. That's why I'm holding him in an awkward position, but this ear looks good.
The world of animal science and how to care for animals are the focus, and what's learned here can be used in the workforce and at home.
I have two very large dogs at home, and I definitely help do regular, small checkups for them at home just to make sure they are in good health.
Anybody can be taught how to hold a dog properly or how to give a bath or how to trim nails, but how to deal and interact with other people is a skill that you can't really teach easily. So having that skill available to them will make them more successful as students, as team members, as employees in the future.
And we have more of our classroom to career stories on our website at hiringhoosiers.com. That's where you can also find all our profiles on open jobs and resources for all ages.
Well, bring on the sun and the savings. A new effort to harness the sun and turn it into energy is coming to the Hamilton Southeastern School District. Today was the ceremonial flipping of the switch for the solar array at Sand Creek Intermediate School. It will provide renewable energy for that school and Sand Creek Elementary as well. There is another solar array at Hamilton Southeastern Intermediate and Junior High. This project will also become part of the curriculum to introduce kids in K through 12 to careers in STEM, engineering, and renewable energy fields.
They'll actually get hands-on learning on renewable energy. They have the arrays here, but we also have portable solar wagons, so we can take a solar panel to each of the kids' classrooms, and they can actually see the panels, see the inverters, see the wiring, and see how the sun produces energy.
It's estimated the solar arrays will save the district more than $300,000 a year in energy costs. They are expected to be fully operational in a few weeks. We have more on our classroom to career stories on our website, hiringhoosiers.com, and that is where you can also, the Wayne Township School District, this story here in Marion County, is also reducing energy costs by using solar. The district built a solar farm west of Ben Davis High School and north of 10th Street that began generating power last fall. It has 7,200 panels and two 750 kilowatt generators on 14 acres. The districts expect the solar farm to reduce its energy consumption by about 80% at the neighboring Ben Davis High School and 9th grade center.
There's more consistent sunshine on the way, but we've got to be patient to get there. More thunderstorms return tonight. The chance for severe weather is low, a marginal risk, really southern half of the state. Tomorrow, occasionally wet, definitely cooler, and a very comfortable weekend coming our way. And the comfort will come from the temperatures below average, but also just lowering that humidity. Rain chance tomorrow, highest in the morning hours, and rain chances minimal as we get to Friday. Dry weekend ahead. Back to a chance of thunderstorms early next week. You've got the green light for any outdoor activities this weekend. As we go through the evening tonight, up to a 40% chance of rain by the time you join us for the news at 11. Overnight, before the alarm clock goes off in the morning, thunderstorms become likely and might have a good downpour there. Some rumbles of thunder that may wake you up, but again, the overall severe risk is low. Just to show you radar this evening, we're quiet now, likely to stay that way until we get closer to midnight. As we go at 11 o'clock tonight, isolated shower or thunderstorm. The color is added and the coverage of thunderstorms increases from Terre Haute through Indy on up toward Kokomo, Peru, Marion, and Muncie. That's 4 o'clock in the morning. 7 a.m. starting to shift everything into the southeastern kind of quadrant of Indiana. That will pull away, but with occasional showers and thunderstorms continuing through the day, non-severe. Carry the umbrella in the morning. Temperatures that start in the 70s, stay in the 70s tomorrow. Rain chances are highest in the morning, as I mentioned, then slowly start to decrease as we go through the day. Drier air is going to take over, and that will lower the humidity, especially starting Friday. Tomorrow's temperatures in the 70s. There will be breaks in the rain, but the threat is there through the day. 10 a.m. rain to the south. There we go. Little line with the actual cold front starting to drop south through the afternoon into the evening hours. But you notice the cloud motion from north to south. That starting to push drier air into the state. Friday, during the day, mixture of clouds and sunshine. Chance for rain 20% or less. High temperatures in the upper 70s, and afternoon temperatures from north to south, middle to upper 70s. Big night. It's not just your normal Friday night. Friday football frenzy. How about that? Temperatures, they'll be in the 70s, not too warm. Should be comfortable for the players and for you if you're headed to the game. 73 will be the temperature about the time most of the highlights have already happened. 80 degrees on Sunday, that's the warm spot. Temperatures over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, will be in the upper 50s for lows. Very comfortable. You probably open the windows again with that lower humidity. Chance of thunderstorms and warmer temperatures return early next week.
Can't believe high school football season is just days away.
I know. It's already that time of the year, Dave.
Ready to go, though, guys. Looking forward to Friday night. First things first, though, quick turnaround for IndyCar. Fresh off Pocono. They're in St. Louis this Saturday night, and a new look for rookie Felix Rosenqvist. Sharp-looking ride. The suite for Chip Ganassi Racing, driving the Monster Energy Honda. Monster Energy, sponsor for Chip's NASCAR team. Kurt Busch driving that. 8 o'clock, green flag, Saturday night. Well, good evening to you. Preseason game number 3 coming up Saturday night at Lucas Oil Stadium. A lot going on Saturday. A lot certainly emphasized for the players trying to fight for those last few roster spots. Certainly big, though, for Bears assistant Chuck Pagano, who returns as the team's defensive coordinator. Remember, Chuck spent 6 seasons as the Colts head coach, was let go at the end of 2017, took a year off before taking over now for Vic Fangio up in Chicago. Of course, Indy's where he battled leukemia. Indy's where he took his fair share of heat, but he obviously can't wait to come back.
Somebody just mentioned St. Elmo's. I still got a little bit of juice there, so somebody needs a reservation. I think I do. We'll find out. You always hear about Hoosier hospitality, but until you live it, like I had an opportunity to live it. You can't appreciate it like I appreciate it. So just really, really good people.
Hey, meanwhile, the Colts with a change of heart as they prepare for the Bears Saturday night. Frank Reich saying today that his starters will not see the playing time they usually see during this dress rehearsal week. So they expect to see the second and third stringers just like last week. His team is healthy. That's one of the reasons. And then
I'm pretty sure they're not playing a lot of their guys. Right now, the best thing is, we're looking to figure out who are the guys that are going to be on this roster. That's one objective, and the other objective is to get ready for the season opener. So this game is a great opportunity, and this week is a great opportunity for both of those.
Preparations continue tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Tribe still on that 4-game road trip. Doubleheader tonight in Toledo. Back home Friday to host Louisville on a quick 2-game homestand. Meanwhile, hope you join us tonight on the news at 11 o'clock. Our Sports Extra spotlight on Reds catcher Tucker Barnhart. After missing a few games earlier this season with a strained oblique, the Brownsburg native back in a big way, on pace for a career high in home runs this season, and the team still within striking range of the playoffs. A vast change from last year's team. We head to Cincinnati tonight on the news at 11 o'clock. Hey, finally, first and foremost from L.A., big moment at the bottom of the fourth. The Dodgers' Cody Bellinger here with a shot to the gap, 3-run score. He's trying to leg out a triple when he gets tagged out at third. Only one other problem. He lost his pants in the process. The belt didn't do its job. Wardrobe malfunction, so to speak. Third inning of the game, Bellinger heads to the dugout, destined to find a new pair of pants. Tucker Barnhart tonight on the news at 11. Until then, the news at 6 continues after this.
Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
We can stare at the thermometer joyfully. Temperatures will be in the 70s. I haven't used that word in a while. 84 is your average high this time of year. Chance for thunderstorms pretty high in the morning. It will decrease in the afternoon. Just carry your umbrella, but we don't hit 80 tomorrow.
Joyfully, joyfully?
Joyfully.
Joyfully. All right.
We'll take it, and we'll see you at 7.